Yeah. I don't see the comparison, but I got bigger and better fish to fry. Like my last fight, I beat who I ain't really got nothing else to prove. I'm the best, and ain't nobody ever gonna beat me.
I know you won't whoop no ass. Not right now. I will.
Some people may think that it's harsh. I don't think it's harsh because at the end of the day, this is not for the fans. Claressa Shields being on timeout is not for the fans. It's for her. I think that Claressa Shields is young enough to turn it around. Do I believe that she could turn it around? Maybe not. But I think this could give her a chance to truly reflect on her behavior. She can have self-awareness. I think she needs a lot of help.
Right now, she dunked wreck with me. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. Well,
y'all know I love learning.
Ask her why we didn't spar. Ask her why we didn't spar.
No, because look, when I was about
ain't
to
no
get
because
ready,
nothing.
you was like,
Imagine reaching the absolute summit of your sport, standing as the undisputed champion and appearing completely untouchable, only to lose access to the biggest stages in the blink of an eye. A violent backstage confrontation between two boxing queens recently transformed a glamorous VIP lounge into a scene of total chaos, sending shockwaves throughout the combat sports world. As the internet erupted with non-stop reactions and old rivals emerged from the shadows to celebrate the stunning downfall, one of boxing's biggest pound-for-pound stars, Terence Crawford, delivered a reaction that spoke volumes about loyalty in an industry where loyalty is often hard to find.
up in MMA and in women's boxing, myself, Ronda Rousey, it's not many girls that can fill arenas like that, like this. So I was happy to be here and support, yell and scream for that little 10 seconds that it landed. I mean, that it lasted. yeah. I don't see the comparison, but everyone knows that I already told Layla whenever she's ready to get her ass whooped, she can come get her whooped. And she already turned down $15 million, so I'll leave it at that. But I got bigger and better fish to fry. Like my last fight, I beat who Layla Ali was backing to beat me, French on Cruz. I whooped her ass 10 rounds straight. So I ain't really got nothing else to prove. I'm the best. And
The tension had been building for months, but no one expected it to erupt away from the cameras. During a recent high-profile fight event filled with huge personalities and A-list celebrities, the growing hostility finally reached its breaking point inside a private VIP area, far from the supervision of a referee or the boundaries of a sanctioned boxing ring. Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner came face to face. What began as a heated war of words quickly escalated into complete chaos, leaving everyone nearby stunned by how fast the situation spiraled out of control.
Shut the fuck up always.
Get out the way. I want to get in there. World star.
I know you won't whoop no ass.
Not right now.
I will.
Grainy cell phone footage that quickly leaked online captured the frightening reality of what happened. Without any warning, Shields suddenly lunged forward and struck Baumgardner directly in the face as a shocked crowd of onlookers stood frozen in disbelief. This was not the usual pre-fight trash talk designed to build hype and sell pay-per-view events. A serious boundary had been crossed inside a space reserved for exclusive VIP guests, and the consequences were immediate. The internet may love a dramatic fight, but Jake Paul's MVP promotions certainly did not. Almost as soon as the video went viral, the promotional powerhouse released a firm statement condemning what it described as an unprovoked attack. The company did not soften its message or settle for a temporary suspension. Instead, it officially banned Claressa Shields from attending any current and future MVP events. With that decision, MVP drew a clear line in the sand, making it absolutely clear that while heated words and bold trash talk may be accepted to promote a fight, carrying out a physical ambush is completely unacceptable.
Is banned from attending MVP events, and not that long ago, there were some talks about her fighting on an MVP card or, being co-promoted or something like that. And so what could you tell us about what happened and the aftermath? Is this a lifetime ban? Are you saying you don't want to ever work with Claressa, or is this something that can be fixed? What can you tell us about this?
I would say we worked very hard to try to convince Claressa to sign to MVP. And I think she was pretty open that we did a great job in terms of how we presented to her, in terms of the opportunity. I didn't see Claressa on Saturday night. I did hear about what happened after it happened. She was a guest of the event, and she was a guest in a Netflix specific VIP invite only area. And for that to happen reflects poorly on MVP, reflects poorly on women's sports, on sports as a whole. And there's no doubt there was a back and forth conversation between her and Alycia. But nobody raised a hand other than Claressa. So for us, I would have hoped she would have come out with an apology, but she didn't. She actually texted me that night and said, like, I had a great time. Thank you so much. I didn't respond, confused that what had happened, and that was the text that I had gotten. And I'm disappointed that this is what has had to have happened. But if you're gonna conduct yourself that way in a non-fight week setting, I've seen a lot of people be like, you didn't ban Mike Tyson when he slapped Jake Paul. They're about to fight. No, we're not going to ban Mike Tyson. The commission may have. The commission may step in and say, you're going to get fined. But we certainly don't ban fighters for having animosity towards each other during fight week. That's why if you saw a release, it says there's a time and place for the banter and for the aggressive.
You might expect a rival boxing champion to respond with her fists, but Baumgardner chose a far more calculated approach. Rather than fighting back physically inside the VIP lounge, she released a blistering public statement that completely changed the direction of the feud. She strongly suggested that law enforcement and the proper authorities could become involved, making it absolutely clear that she intended to handle the matter through legal and professional channels. By signaling that she was prepared to press charges, she transformed the conflict from a heated boxing rivalry into a potential courtroom dispute. That unexpected decision sparked a wave of backlash across social media. Many members of the boxing community openly criticized Baumgardner, arguing that as a professional fighter, she should not be turning to the authorities over what they viewed as pre-fight tensions that had gone too far. Fans also questioned why a world champion would choose to take a bitter rivalry before a judge instead of settling the score where they believed it belonged, inside the squared circle.
Claressa Shields, you are not going to be able to successfully sue MVP nor Alycia Baumgardner for defamation of character. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Wow, what a waste of time. I'm not sure what lawyers are advising people to waste their money with these lawsuits that these guys are throwing around. But in boxing, man, wasting their money on a bunch of lawsuits. In this particular case, Claressa would be wasting her time. And I'm going to tell you why, especially if she's saying defamation. You know why? Because she's a public figure. And she's a public figure. And just because somebody says something that's not true doesn't mean that you're going to be able to be awarded damages for it. It just doesn't work that way. First thing that you have to do is that person has to know what they're saying is not true. Unprovoked. And she's saying that's a lie. They were talking to me. They were agitating me. And that's the reason I hit her. And it was provoked. I was provoked into hitting her. Okay, so what are you saying? What are you saying here? You're saying that you think a court of law is going to award them damages because of your disagreement as to whether it was a provocation or not? That is very, very subjective. If you say, oh, I would beat you up right now. That does not give you a right to slap somebody. It doesn't. And if the person says, I didn't provoke them. All I said is I would whoop them. Well, guess what? Then you have to have an argument about whether or not that was provocation or not. And again, and let me tell you, in order to find something defamation, she has to prove that the lady, that Claressa Shields and MVP knew that it was not true that she punched her without or hit her, slapped her without provocation. I'm telling you, you're going to have a hard time doing that because you're going to get into the definition of what provocation is. And they can say, yeah, I know we yelled at her, but we didn't do anything enough for her to slap somebody. We didn't slap her and provoke her to hit us back. So there was no
The ban ignited a massive civil war across social media, exposing what many fans described as a glaring hypocrisy within the fight game. Across platforms like Reddit and X, formerly known as Twitter, passionate supporters pointed to what they believed was a harsh double standard. When male fighters throw chairs, attack buses, or start full-scale brawls during packed press conferences, they are often praised for being exciting and entertaining. In many cases, they are rewarded with multi-million-dollar main events because the chaos is seen as unforgettable promotion. But when Shields threw a single punch backstage, she was immediately labeled a liability, handed a harsh corporate punishment, and criticized for damaging the image and reputation of the sport.
It's not for the fans. It's for her. I think that Claressa Shields is young enough to turn it around. Do I believe that she could turn it around? Maybe not. But I think this could give her a chance to truly reflect on her behavior. She can have self-awareness. I think she needs a lot of help. You could see by her speeches, her lives, she's erratic. Nobody can control her. You know, the gigolo upstairs, the zookeeper, he can't control her. Remy Ma's husband cannot control her. And I think it's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. Because before, she was acting out, you know, vocally. And now she's acting out physically. And all this stems from, you know, people just giving her constructive criticism because she's stuck with a married man. That married man can't control her, is like letting her crash out, right? But if you notice the reason why she went after Alycia Baumgardner, she said, stop talking about my relationship. You see the delusional state of mind that she's in. What type of relationship? She's not in a relationship. She thinks that she's in a make-believe relationship because she is with Remy Ma's husband. He's already taken. So, but this has put her accomplishments, you know, in the back burner. You know, it's have overshadowed all the things that she's done in her career. And I think that she's just getting worse. She doesn't represent fighters. She doesn't represent women, good, strong women, especially, you know, good, strong, and beautiful black women. She doesn't represent that. You can see by the petitions, it's mostly women. And, you know, and that's also a sign that they want to distance themselves from Claressa Shields. And I think that a lot of people that's enabling her should distance themselves from Claressa Shields. Again, I think she's doing a horrible job, and, you know, in the way that she's maneuvering, you know, in the world of sports. And I think that the Michigan State Athletic Commission should suspend her license indefinitely until she gets some help. And when she does get some help, and if she does get better, God willing, you know, prayers go out to Claressa Shields, and then she could, you know, resume her career. You know, I think she really needs to. I tried to do a video acting like a PR. She should have took my advice, because I knew what was going to come down the pipeline if she didn't apologize, and what she should have apologized. She didn't apologize to Alycia Baumgardner. She didn't apologize to the people that invited her, an MVP. She didn't apologize.
The heated debate over who is allowed to act recklessly and who ends up being exiled has continued to divide the combat sports community. Anyone expecting the undisputed champion to apologize or beg for forgiveness after being banned was completely mistaken. Shields firmly refused to back down or issue any public apology to MVP or to her longtime rival. Instead, she went directly to social media and responded with confidence, insisting that the entire controversy had been dramatically exaggerated by the media. From her perspective, Baumgardner was the one who had started the verbal confrontation, provoked the altercation, and was now trying to portray herself as the innocent victim by crying wolf after everything spiraled out of control.
The GOAT's name. Both of MVP and Baumgardner's statements were lies. That is defamation of character. For those who saw the video of Baumgardner threatening me, telling me I'll beat your ass right now, biatch, that is a threat. So now that I'm looking at statements and I'm seeing people lie, It's okay because I'm not going to handle it with the law. I'm going to handle it with the court. Y'all going to get sued for defamation of character. All of y'all up over there. So y'all need to get y'all checkbooks ready. Y'all saying that I'm banned from just going to this one event. Still can go to the other ones. And the fact still remains. I will never fight on the undercard of a Jake Paul. I don't need MVP. I don't need Jake Paul. Baumgardner decides she want to keep mentioning me and my relationship in her mouth. Now, to her, I've never spoke about how she's a whore. How many guys she done slept with, how many boxers she done slept with, what she done. I don't speak about her life. That's what the conversation was about, to tell her, keep popping it how you popping it. But keep that there out your damn mouth. Because I don't go around talking about how you're a whore. And you have a Jezebel spirit. And now she was talking about how you're a whore. Why the hell did your ex-boyfriend reach out to me? I don't know who she thought she was talking to. She not gonna fight nobody. And nobody on that roster of 30 girls who they won't pay over 10, 15K, 20K for a damn fight. None of them girls on that roster can beat me. And so now I'm gonna let MVP know this. Y'all gonna receive more paperwork, and y'all know I'll do it. You already need to be sued for defamation of character, you and Alycia, both of y'all. Most vindictive parasites. Don't have not one girl on that roster that can beat me in a fight. Not one. I'd be mad too. That's why Jake got his jaw wired up by Anthony Joshua, bro, because that's karma. And now look at you, Saudi, having a double back. Tried to sign me to MVP. Huh? I wish that Anthony Joshua would have wired up both sides of his mouth, because he just need to just be quiet. He just say anything. And you guys owe me a big apology for lying and saying, oh, it was completely unprovoked. MVP does not run boxing.
Adding another frustrating layer to the growing drama, respected boxing trainers such as Virgil Hunter weighed in with a harsh dose of reality. Because the two women compete in completely different weight classes, arranging an officially sanctioned fight to settle their bad blood is considered virtually impossible. That means the rivalry has no realistic path to be resolved inside the ring and is likely to continue playing out across the internet instead. The massive media firestorm also brought several long-standing personal grudges back into the spotlight, and the loudest criticism came from someone who clearly had a very big axe to grind against Shields.
I'm talking about. The sister can box. She will kick your ass. Make no mistake about it. She is no joke. To my producers, she is no joke. She can fight. Claressa Shields is no joke. I don't want to rain on Claressa Shields' parade because I want her to get whatever she wants. I got a lot of respect for her. Unless you're going to go in there and let her punch you without you punching her at all, without you trying to win at all, without you competing, you just want to be a punching bag, unless that's what you talk about doing. Here are the scenarios. You're going to hit her, or she's going to kick your ass. Neither's a winnable situation for you. One's more embarrassing than the other. Both.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith wasted no time responding to the controversy, but his history with Shields made his remarks feel especially personal. Years earlier, Shields had publicly dismantled Smith, criticizing his comments about women's boxing and accusing him of making sexist remarks. She even mocked his ability to throw a punch and bluntly suggested that he should stay quiet when discussing her sport. It was a very public challenge to his credibility, one that many believed he never truly forgot. Seeing Shields face a major backlash along with a corporate ban gave Smith what many viewed as the perfect opportunity to fire back, using his national television platform to deliver his response.
If you don't know that women are in sports yet, I don't know where you've been. But when you speak about combat sports, to men who cannot hit the pads better than me, to men who cannot punch faster than me, punch harder than me, to men who cannot beat me up, please do not tell me what, like, if it's a woman against a woman, what do you have a problem with? Honestly, like, what exactly do you have a problem with? If I dedicate my whole life to boxing, I'm still a woman, right? It's a sport. It's a sport, but when it's a woman versus a woman, what don't you like seeing about it? Look, if you don't like, this is the thing that's blowing me. If you don't like fighting, right? You don't like women or men fighting. You can't say, oh, I don't like women fighting.
the art of fighting is fighting, right? So if you don't like fighting, period, you just don't like it. You don't have to say, oh, you don't like women fighting. It's like, so what do you like about men fighting? I mean, they all sweaty and they all muscular and they're all laying on each other and you like that? But you don't like women fighting each other? Doing the exact same thing? Like, you would think you would want to see women do that.
He has openly appeared on major podcasts to declare her the undisputed greatest of all time, placing her above some of the biggest legends the sport has ever produced. Rather than criticizing her on social media for attention or distancing himself when the pressure and controversy intensified, Crawford has chosen to stand by her like a genuine friend and loyal ally. His approach has shown that true support is not always about making the loudest public statement or chasing internet headlines. Sometimes, the strongest display of loyalty comes from quietly standing beside someone when they need it the most, and Crawford continues to prove exactly that.
Is that Michael Black?
My nigga, you will not believe you just showed me.
Okay, yeah, you focus
A single split-second punch completely changed the landscape of women's boxing. What began as a private dispute quickly turned into a worldwide public spectacle, ending with a lifetime corporate ban, the possibility of legal action, and a media firestorm fueled by long-standing personal grudges. Shields has remained openly defiant, refusing to back down against a system that many fans believe is filled with unfair double standards. Yet with the steady and unwavering support of loyal champions like Terence Crawford, she may have the resilience needed to overcome this difficult chapter. The controversy leaves the boxing world facing an important question. Has this incident exposed a deeply flawed culture within the sport, and will true justice ever be served, whether inside the ring or behind closed doors? That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.